So I'm going to start this first episode out by talking about a big pet peeve of mine when it comes to screening at film festivals. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new filmmaker or you've been around the block a few times. Being part of a film festival is a bit of an exciting event, especially if it's a larger one. However, most of the time you're going to be screening at small to medium-sized festivals. When you're accepted into a film festival, you're going to want to tell everybody about it. You're going to want to try to get as many butts in seats as possible, and that's exactly what you should do, and there's a good reason for that. You might make the mistake of assuming that when you go to a festival that everybody is going to be there, you're going to meet all these great directors and crew people and actors and actresses, and you're going to talk about your film and they're going to talk about their films, and everybody's going to sit down and watch everybody's films and everything's going to be great. And at first, that's exactly what it seems like it's going to be like. You got a full audience, everybody's sitting down ready to watch some great independent films. Your film might be later on in the block, but hey, everybody looks like they're having a great time, right? However, by the end of the block, you might be the only one left in the theater, and you're wondering to yourself, great, I've been sitting here for 3 hours and now I'm the only one watching my own film. During the block, you've been watching people get up and leave shortly after each film plays. A few people at a time, or in some cases, might be a whole entourage of people that get up and leave right after a certain film shows. You watch this audience trickle down and down to, by the time your film shows towards the end of the block, there's no one left. And I'm not going to lie, even for those of us that have been around the block a few times, the scenario is just downright soul-crushing. You spent all this time and money and effort making a film, you got into a festival, which in itself is an accomplishment, and then, at the end of it all, nobody has seen your film. Now this is going to sound crazy, but I've also seen this type of behavior happen at the actual awards ceremonies. I've actually been at festivals where there's been a full audience for the awards show, only to find by the last award of the night there might be 6 people in the audience left. And believe me, there's nothing more awkward than having to stand up and accept an award to an empty audience. If you've been talking to a filmmaker who really wants you to see their film and there's just no way that you can make it, let them know, but be polite about it. You might even ask if there's a way that you can see their film later, or if they have a website or anything like that that you can keep an eye on their film and maybe you'll catch it during another festival. But seriously, don't make up excuses if you don't really have one. If everybody makes up excuses, it's just as bad as just walking out. The filmmaker's going to know that everybody just couldn't care less about seeing their film, but they sure as hell want you to see theirs. This is especially true for newer filmmakers who are really depending on getting into the theater and watching their movie with an audience to see how the audience reacts to it. But even seasoned filmmakers should know that sticking around to the end of the block can give you a wealth of new resources. You never know how good a film is going to be and what kind of elements another filmmaker can bring to your own projects later on. This is a great opportunity in order to meet new people, especially ones that can really help you enhance your future work. It really is a shame that a lot of people don't realize that this is a great way to be able to make those connections that you need in order to get your next project done. And that does it for the very first episode of The Unconnected Filmmaker. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be notified for future videos.